Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping right into the claims, the science, and the marketing machinery behind a massively popular promotional health page for a product called Advanced Amino Formula. If you've ever found yourself wondering exactly how nutritional supplements are pitched to the public, especially to an older demographic, well, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to meticulously break down the source material together.
Okay, let's dive right in. The promotional material hooks you immediately with a pretty startling statistic. It claims that the average person loses 30% of their muscle mass by the time they reach age 70. It's a huge, striking number, and it's clearly designed to grab your attention by tapping into that almost universal fear of aging and physical decline.
And naturally, that leads to the core premise of the entire sales page. It immediately poses the million-dollar question: can you actually reverse this age-related muscle loss? The text pivots incredibly fast from presenting this looming problem to positioning their specific supplement as the ultimate solution, claiming that research shows you can, in fact, reverse this loss and build stronger muscle just by taking their formula.
To give you a quick roadmap of what we're covering today, we'll look at the muscle loss problem, what exactly is in Advanced Amino, how it stacks up against other proteins, real customer experiences, the doctor behind it and some FAQs, and finally the pricing and guarantees.
Let's start with part 1. The muscle loss problem.
According to the source, this product isn't just for the hardcore bodybuilders at your local gym. It casts a really wide net. Sure, it promises to help older adults reverse muscle loss, but it also claims to offer faster post-workout recovery, repair damaged ligaments, and improve stamina, even for folks dealing with severe fatigue and exhaustion. It literally goes as far as suggesting it supports better mental concentration, a better mood, and even younger-looking skin. It's pitched as a total body reset.
Which brings us to part 2. What exactly is Advanced Amino?
The product page explains that the formula relies heavily on essential amino acids. Think of these as the critical building blocks your body absolutely needs to make all the protein required for strength and stamina. The big claim here is that this specific blend is designed to be highly efficient, meaning your body uses it to produce energy while creating very little waste in the process.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The number 8. If you know your biology, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, aren't there 9 essential amino acids? And you'd be right. But this brand specifically highlights that they only include 8. They actually address this head-on in their FAQ, explaining they intentionally left one out called histidine. Why? Well, they claim your body can produce histidine naturally within an hour of taking this supplement, so they say adding it is totally unnecessary.
Moving on to part 3. Aminos versus other proteins.
To get you to switch over to their product, the creators make a massive, honestly surprising claim against traditional whey protein powder. They aggressively state that a staggering 83% of the protein in whey actually just turns into sugar in your body, rather than building muscle. That is a bold marketing angle for sure.
And they don't stop there. They also go after popular BCAA powders, arguing that branched-chain amino acids fall way short because they only give you 3 essential amino acids. They frame this as leaving your body completely missing 5 vital building blocks it needs to actually build muscle. So they position their Advanced Amino formula as vastly superior because it contains the exact right balance of all 8 necessary components.
Let's look at part 4, real customer experiences.
Moving from the biological claims to social proof, the source material leans heavily on deeply personal testimonials to back up everything we just talked about. Take Edmund, for example. He's 68. And he claims to be developing visible biceps and forearms for the very first time in his life. He mentions he always worked out but never saw results, and now he's actually looking forward to lifting and biking. It really hits home for an older demographic looking for tangible, physical revitalization.
Then there's the story of 67-year-old Carol. She describes going through a hip replacement and a 90% gluteal abductor tear that left her wheelchair-bound for 12 solid weeks. She attributes her ability to get back on her feet with full weight bearing and completely without pain directly to taking this amino acid supplement alongside her doctor's recommendations. These are some deeply compelling narratives they're using here.
And there is a whole laundry list of secondary benefits mentioned by other reviewers. We're talking less soreness after workouts, all the way to cosmetic stuff like clearer skin and thicker hair. One user named Bobby mentioned relief from clicking and popping in replaced hips, while others just talk about having this sustained energy to keep up with their grandkids or go paddleboarding. Again, they are selling the idea of a complete lifestyle turnaround.
Next up is part 5, the doctor and FAQs.
To build some medical authority, the page introduces the face of the formula,
Dr. Frank Schallenberger. They highlight that he earned his medical degree from the University of Maryland, boasts over 44 years of medical practice, and is board certified by the American Board of Anti-Aging Medicine. Now, it is definitely worth noting, and this is found later in their own disclaimers, that he is financially compensated by Advanced Bionutritionals for formulating and endorsing this product.
Diving into the FAQs, you see a highly accessible dietary profile. It's 100% vegan, no animal products, no GMOs, no preservatives, and it's completely free of major allergens like gluten, dairy, and soy. In fact, the only medical warning on the entire page is a specific note stating that individuals with a rare genetic disorder called PKU should only take amino acids under a doctor's strict supervision.
Finally, we reach Part 6, Pricing and Guarantees.
Let's talk logistics. The pricing structure is absolutely built to encourage you to buy in bulk. A single bottle runs you $39.95, and you have to pay for shipping. But if you commit to their biggest savings package, which is a 6-month supply, the price per bottle drops to $33.25. That brings the total to $199.50, and they throw in free shipping. It's a very classic direct response pricing model.
To knock down any hesitation you might have at checkout, they offer a very lenient 90-day down-to-the-last-pill guarantee. Basically, you have 3 months to try it, and they state you can return even empty bottles for a full refund of the product price if you aren't absolutely thrilled. The only catch they mention is that you, the customer, are responsible for covering the return shipping costs.
But as is the case with literally all dietary supplements in this space, the page wraps up with the mandatory legal and medical disclaimers. They make it clear that the FDA hasn't evaluated these bold health statements, that the product isn't intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease, and most importantly, that those dramatic customer testimonials we looked at earlier, they do not represent typical or guaranteed results for every user.
So, after breaking down the entire marketing approach, the biological claims, the aggressive attacks on whey and BCAAs, and the doctor's endorsements, it all comes down to this. Knowing the claims and the costs involved, is an 8-amino acid blend the missing link in your daily wellness routine, or is it just another skillfully marketed supplement on a very crowded shelf? I'll leave that for you to decide. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and remember to always keep asking the right questions.